Hello, you guys. Welcome to Spark with Inspiration. I'm actually doing my readings on the move today. I'm in my local park, but the wind picked up to such a degree that I was like, I don't think the audio would work outside, but it's so gorgeous. And then I had a happy little coincidence because look who was in my purse. Bob Ross. So I just flipped one over and it says, you can do anything you want. It's your world. I love this so much. And this is what I decided recently when I started to make space in between things and slow down and calm down. Answers started coming much more clear. I could handle a lot more, like pressure-wise, if, somebody was disbalanced in my family, hurried, harried, disjointed, whatever. I could separate myself from that and have a really happy, healthy detachment that was like, that's your energy and this is my energy, and just keep composed and keep everything together. As of like everything that's going on now, yesterday was such a whirlwind of strangeness. We got so prepared and all ready for getting up to the school for Hagen to be there on time for his away game. He's pumping gas and his phone starts going crazy like mad, and I was like, what is going on? I was like, Hagen, your phone's going crazy. Come to find out they had canceled the match, and we were like only a third of the way there. But I feel like there's a lot of change and shifts, and one of my favorite readers has been saying that he is getting the Tower card in so many of his spreads and reads for almost every sign. And part of this is we do need that. We need that shake up. We need to have different experiences and learn how to navigate and stay in flow state and just stay calm, right? And realizing we can do anything. Like I was like, I'm not getting upset or getting spun out over this. So I am going to shuffle why I'm talking to you about this crazy scenario that's been going on. So basically, I just decided each day when I wake up that it's like, don't pressurize yourself. It doesn't help. And once you realize that you get on that stinking thinking, like that carousel, do something different, move a muscle, change a thought, change how you eat, where you go. And there's a big bumblebee right there. I was like, when he was disappointed that his game was canceled, right away it just came to me because I was in that kind of flow state. Let's go to Waveney Park in Forest and just go walk around, and then we'll have dinner together. And he immediately shook off his mood, and because moods are contagious, so I just kept my vibe up, and it was really, really nice. So let's see what's going on. We're going to just pull this center out for you. Okay, so with the Three of Voices, and I'm going to pull a clarifier on that, we also have Queen of Voices. So with that, we are deciding, we are no longer being suppressed by things that happened in the past. We're not going to overthink of past heartbreaks, complications, problems, or any of that, because that loop can be crippling, and it can be disabling, and it can be disheartening, and our mind plays tricks on us. Okay, our brain doesn't care what we tell it, but when we keep telling it something negative on a reel, we could have done this, we should have done that, and it's not like introspection at that time, it's just beating yourself up. So you want to move into this like I have sovereignty over my thoughts and where I'm going and what I'm doing and how I'm participating in life. And it's almost like every time that you get to flip that fresh page and go into that. I got so excited with one of the new books that arrived for me. There was so much information, and it was so invigorating and so enlivening that it was like I could get brand new concepts on ways I used to think of tarot subject matter and topics and all of that. And I worked myself literally 6 hours straight, and I just passed out into a nap. I was so excited. One moment. Okay, and we're back. So that's what just happened. It's sometimes in the middle of videos, and now what I'm doing too is my process. If I know I'm gonna have a longer read, a really, really great read and ideas and the pace of everything of the last one that I uploaded came out fantastic, because what I decided was in between each pick a card, I was going to stop the camera, regroup, make sure everything was in its place, I was hydrated, and my cadence of speech was nice and calm. So I was really excited about that. And because one thing I really want to focus on is the quality of things, the quality of the information that I'm gathering, receiving, and then translating to you, because it's always been my foremost plan that everything gets filtered through, a ray of sunshine and some positivity, because there is enough skepticism and heartache and problems out there. So while I'm still a realist, I am such a firm believer on how we start to view things is how we start to participate in life. So if we think it's fun and we're anticipating nice social events and we get excited and we use deep breathing, we stay calm and we don't take things personally, our life progresses really beautifully. We don't have those hardships of ego, where ego is like, I need to be more than, I need to seem, I need to do, I need to produce, or, worthiness, or needing stamp of approval, or affirmations, or any of those things, because we simply just are, and we're in a flow state. Like now I had my cards and my equipment. I'm like, I might not be back to upload and make a video for the channel. And then I was like, you know what? You have everything with you. Just do it. And that's a flow state. Ideas come, problem solving becomes very smooth. And that is definitely this girl right here, because those ideas come fast and they come hard. And you act on them. You don't prevaricate. You don't second guess yourself. You don't get an ego state. How can I make it perfect? How can I do this and that? You just go for it. And because of that, you're going to be feeling really good about life. The craziest thing just happened. I thought that Joni and her boyfriend were here, like the identical match of him just got out of a vehicle like he drives. And I was like, what would be the odds of that? So anyway, you guys, I definitely feel I'm going to pull from the top 2 and see what's going on. I love this. So let's see, what seeds are we planting? Very, very important right now. Okay, this is like, what emotions are foremost in my head right now, and how are they arriving there? What is my thought process? What seeds am I planting? I'm so excited about this day. What can I do, plan, create, and all of that? Like for instance, one thing that I did different, when I run out and I'm going to a game or I'm doing something, I make so much joy, but I rarely wear any of my stuff. And last night I had made another one of these, my wire wrapped with just a little thing. And I loved it so much. And I saw it hanging on my peg. After I make it, I hang it up in my room and I look at it and I see if I need to alter it in some way, or I can have a different dynamic or setting or whatever to get other ideas about it. And I was like, why aren't you wearing that? Like, get that on, spruce that up and go for it. Like, I'm pausing before I leave the house. I'm not in a mad rush, grabbing my bag, shoving Egypt and the whole bucket of the world in there and being like, because I used to do that and I'd be like, water bottle, blah, 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 and then I'd be digging through like this huge dumpster filled purse of a million things. And, it's like there's much more organization because leaving space and time in between things. So you're definitely going to have that with this beautiful, Queen of Swords. And another thing is like giving yourself options. If you start doing something and it isn't to your liking and it feels restrictive, or it isn't for you, relationship, job, it doesn't matter. Pull away. You're not obligated to hit the finish line if you're not feeling it, right? And I used to do that too. I would like see it through to the bitter end. I was like, a diehard like that. And what would happen is we're wasting time. We're wasting time and resources on people, place, and things that don't deserve or value us. And now you're going to recognize what does and move forward in that. Also, how can I better listen and trust my intuition? That's being in a calm state of mind. Please ground and be in private places. Like, I'm a really private person most of the time. I'm at the beach, I'm in my yard, I'm in my office doing my stuff, and I don't like big crowds. When I shop, I keep that time to a minimum. When I'm out in public, I do, because as an empath, I feel all that energy. And like, just as an example, after we came out of the forest, which was so restful and peaceful, we almost had all the forest areas we were in to ourselves. Quiet energy, only of the trees and nature, and it was phenomenal. Then I come out and I see these two women talking, and one woman has her head in between her hands, and the other one, they're just commiserating something. But it looked awful, and right away I could feel inside that it was either a divorce or an illness or something, because it was that heavy. And I realized, oh, you know what? You have a hard time disconnecting from those messages, people, and feelings. So go to where it's healthy and good for you. And boom, we popped our butts right back in the forest. And we're like, because sometimes we're on that high connection of all that energy and it becomes a little much. And that's why I feel like the Tower card was coming up over and over across the board for everybody. So it's like one of those things when any new waves of illnesses or fear or whatever, people reintegrating back into society comes up. That's what's happening. People have this like nervous energy. So be careful not to be overstimulated. That's very helpful. And when something pops in your head that's negative, say, that's simply a thought. That's not a mood. That's not something I trust. It's just something that pops up. It's almost like we have a carousel of words and thoughts, and something will just pop up. You're not doing enough. You look crazy, whatever. And they can be negative because the ego is trying to push in there. And then your intuition, I call it the unicorn on the carousel, will just take its spear and push it off with something positive. Not true. How about this? You're awesome. You're of high value. You're worthy of doing whatever you want. Get in touch. Like, whenever I feel the slightest bit like off, I'll go to my comments and then I'm immediately back up at 10 because you guys are so wonderful. You say the most beautiful, touching, sweet things that I can imagine. I really want to thank you for that. Your comments, I read every comment. I know I haven't been able to like heart and get back because there's a lot going on all the different platforms. And the fact that, you know, I can get to it and read it like makes me really happy. Just things like, you know, you really are searching for that frequency and that vibe that brings you up, right? Nobody needs to hear everybody's like tragic stories over and over. And some people, they don't realize the energy they carry and they come to them. You wouldn't believe my day. Yada, yada, yada. Janice said that. Karen did this. That happened. Everybody stinks and the world's on fire and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like people just being extra, not asking, hey, I have a few things bothering me. Is it okay if I vent and just share and just release it? That's what we need to do for our family members. And I am guilty of this in the past when I used to work for a company that had a lot of just people that did not give a flying ass what was happening anywhere. It was like, it was so tragic. It was funny at times, but then I had to carry the falling weight of the people that didn't give a rat's ass about what's going on. And I would come out like, you wouldn't believe this. And what it does is it carries that negative energy that's on your shoulders, and you're basically passing the buck to people in the room or your family. So we have to be careful to ask, hey, by the way, this is really kind of itching at me. Can I share it? And then you let it go, and then bring the energy back up by talking about good things and things you like about them and why you're happy to see them. All of that sets the balance. So again, those little things that creep in and sneak in, they are not who you are. They're not what you're doing or where you're going. They're simply just a thought. So we have to be healthy in that, recognizing, going, okay, I'm going to change that record and bring something else in. And at all times, just being authentic. If you don't like something or care for it, say no. You know, we're not obligated to go on some journey or trip with somebody we don't like, or spend time with people that are very negative, or do jobs that, you know, aren't fulfilling. All of that is just coming into a clearer picture of what matters and has meaning for us, right? So this has been fun to do on the road. I like car chat. I might do car chat, right? Whenever. Because sometimes I like to just pop on and get my favorite readers if their voice is soothing, if their vibe is up. Like I love Gregory Scott. I love Tori the Hope Dealer. Cherry's always awesome. Her voice is a little pop of fairy sunshine. I love it. Just friends, messages, all of that, because sometimes we just need that, hey, let's change the page. If we see something that isn't particularly great and we want to just, hey, let's get back on like WandaVision Happyville, you know, like that sort of thing. So you guys, you're the absolute best. Again, thank you for all your support and those great comments. I just read through some, and some people DM me that, hey, I love your style and you really make me happy, and you know, just asking about reads and things. It just makes my day. So thank you guys. Love to. I'm going to go upload and get this out before Hagen's game, and you better pop over to IG and find out what the scores are, because I'm really excited. He's playing a team that is our next town over, and they are extraordinarily wealthy, and they have funds beyond funds for fantastic equipment. If you saw, no, maybe that's, is that, I think it might, is that town. They literally have these brand new individual like mini shiny buses. And because of that, it's weird. They all have this interpretation that wealth equals excellence. So they think they're unbeatable. So I already did like everything in my power today to just try to instill into him, you know, that nobody's unbeatable. That's just, you. If you tell yourself that, you might make it real. So tell yourself you're unbeatable, and let's go, you know, do this. So I'm going to put up there like some of the game's highlights. I'm so excited to go see this, because it's going to be the first game that I actually get to see him in. Last year, he blew his knee out right before at the end of practices, right before the season started. This year, they canceled yesterday's game, and the game before, he the nurse didn't contact the coach about having his paperwork, so he was unable to play in that one. So this will be his first game, and this is supposed to be one of like the top-notch teams. So I'm really excited, because if they beat them, that's gonna do so much for morale and just send it through the roof. So I'm really excited about seeing this. And again, it's like I have to meditate before I go in, because I have to be very quiet and calm, because Hagen gets mortified if I even say his name in public. He's like, Mom, don't start talking to people. He's like, don't be cheering. Don't bring in any weird equipment. Like I was packing up things, and he even said, what are you doing? Why are you getting so prepared? What's going on? And I was like, don't worry, I'm not going directly in. I'm just getting things, because I'm going to go read in the park and do stuff while you're waiting, because we were early to his game the other day, and he was so mortified. So I was like, don't worry, you won't even notice I'm there. It was hilarious. So I'm really excited. So again, you guys have a great day. You're the absolute best. And comment down below what you're going to do this spring that you're excited about. Your gardens, your walks, your visits, whatever it is. Keep bringing that into your, your Technicolor dream. Like, this is what I'm doing. Each day I'll pick just something special. I'm so excited to make this meal for my family, to do this read, some artistic endeavor, and I get really, really stoked to connect with this person. It's all kind of connected together. Let's get ourselves excited about things. I see my big bee just came and just landed on the windscreen. I have this big bee. It doesn't matter where I am. It's like there's a big bee that always comes around, and I love that. It's really reassuring. So love and light, you guys. Have a great day.